Hey guys, so today's video is directed towards a more younger audience. And by younger, I mean from 16 to 22 years of age. You can be outside of this range, however, this is the type of people that I thought about while making this video. I'm going to speak about a sort of responsibility that a lot of us have. A lot of times it's overlooked. It's not okay to be overlooked because something has been given to you, something big, and you're not using that. You have parents. Parents brought you into this world, and sure, they gave you life, but that's something we just can't comprehend. That's incomprehensible. Instead of the simple gratitude of life, which you can achieve through meditation, and it will help your mental health in many ways, and it will definitely improve your life as a whole. But what I want to get into is the sacrifice that your parents have made. I will tell you exactly why this is important. Think about your parents. In many cases, especially if you live in a country where the average GDP or the average life of a person, the average salary and all that isn't that good, then many times for the majority of people, their parents have been overworking and sleep deprived for the past 2 decades for your happiness. This is a very common situation, and guess what? I am in the exact same situation. In my country, the salary is kindly put bad, and the average life that a person lives here is also bad. And guess what? My parents have been my father, for example, he's been sleeping for 4 or 5 hours for the past 2 decades to give me an opportunity to do something with my life. That's 2 decades of sacrifice, 2 decades of not sleeping so that someone else can be happy. Think about the size of that sacrifice. Every day, he's been sleepy, waking up early. Do you think he wants to wake up? Do you think your parents want to wake up early in the morning? Because, oh, we're going to work, this is such a happy life. Living an average life, barely paying off my bills. Going to work every single month, getting my money in this, spending it. And I'm just living in this cycle, going nowhere in life. Hell yeah, I get 2% raise per year. That's fantastic. Fantastic, what a good life. And sure, there are different paths to happiness, and that can be one, if you feel fulfilled. But chances are, if you're watching this video, if you need motivation, you already have a direction, an ambitious direction. And for those people, that is not the road to your happiness. That road will make you depressed. That road will make you hate life. 2 seconds go by and boom, you're 40 years old. You're like, where has life gone? You feel tricked. You're like, my life is already over almost. And I haven't done anything yet, because it just becomes a cycle. It becomes, every day becomes the same. You will already have a family, kids, wife. And guess what? You won't make risky decisions with business and quitting your job as a risk in order to put more time into your business, which might not even work. You will not do that when you have a family, a kid. Because if you fail that business, you will still have a person to fucking feed, a human being. You have to take care of your whole family. Once you have responsibilities, you will not be able to take the risks. And guess what? The most risky part is the beginning of the journey. The first $100,000 or euros or whatever. That is the most risky part, because that is where you break out of the norm. Guess what? If you're 18 and you fail a business, as long as you don't get into $50,000 of debt, you're not going to end up on the streets. You're not going to immediately be a disgrace to your family because of the lack of resources that you provide to them. And everyone's depressed in your family because you're not providing as a father. The image you show your son to what a man has to be like is being on the streets, being a disgrace. Is that what you want? Will that lead you to happiness? No, obviously fucking not. You're not too young. This is the time to take the risks when you're young, because you will not end up on the streets if you fail. You have no responsibility yet. Take the risks now, and then later on, when you actually have responsibilities, you will already have a stable empire. This is the road to happiness and success. Read books, work out, go to the gym. Because the mindset that you use in the gym, progressive overload. Think about it, how slow are the results in the gym? You don't see the results daily. You only see them weekly in the beginning. it's a really slow process, and the further you are in it, the slower it gets. Sometimes 3 years go by later on in your fitness journey. By consistent working out, you don't even look bigger than you were 3 years ago. You might be stronger in numbers, you can bench press more, that's for sure. But size-wise, you might not see an improvement, and that is obviously depressing. That's why a lot of people go on steroids. But the mindset that you use in the gym applies directly to real life. It teaches you some discipline. If you could do something that 90% of people can't do, which is going to the gym at least 3 times a week for years, if you're able to do that, then why couldn't you do something else that's out of the norm, like starting a business? If you put as much time into a business, it's probably going to succeed, as long as you're smart with it. In order to be smart, you know what you need. Books that teach you about discipline. Books that teach you about marketing and all these stuff. Advertising, making money, becoming financially free. Financially free means that you escape 9 to 5, live anywhere, and join the new rich. This is not something that is unrealistic. This is something you have to work for. What society has manipulated you into is to stay in your comfort zone, especially this modern edition where people can't even get over the fact that they're fat. Leave these toxic people. The thing is, they're not achieving anything in life. Then they become jealous, they become toxic, and they try to bring you down so that they don't feel bad about themselves. That is a negative influence to the world, and this is why fatphobic and just all these things, supporting weak people, that is not a good thing. Because the price of making weak people feel better is everyone becomes weak. No one stays strong. It's okay to be weak, okay? Everyone is weak at some point, but if you stay weak, that is not okay. It is not okay to stay weak. So it's your decision whether you climb out of that rabbit hole or you stay fat for the rest of your life, or skinny, or poor. It's not your fault if you're born poor, but it is definitely your fault if you die poor. Anyone can be a self-made millionaire. A lot of people's mindset, I have been dealt bad cards in life, so I'm just not gonna try anything, so fuck you. Like, bro, your parents sacrificed 2 decades of sleep and happiness so that you can do something with your life. And what are you doing with your life? You're becoming depressed and you kill yourself? Think about what those parents feel that have sacrificed 2 decades of being sleep deprived and working all day and just sacrificing all their happiness so that their son can be happy, and their son kills themselves. That makes the parent kill themselves too. That makes them even more depressed. You have to live those 2 or 3 decades in your life. You often assume more than what you can achieve under 1 year. But what you can achieve in 2 or 3 decades is something you can't even comprehend. You can achieve a lot in 2 or 3 decades, but you haven't lived long enough to live those 2 or 3 decades. So make those 2 or 3 decades worth living. It really is just hard work, but people aren't willing to put the work in it, and that is an edge for you. That is an advantage that people are lazy. Because those lazy people can be your workers. Use the people to make money, to make your family happy. You're not a bad person for doing that, because guess what? If you don't use them, if you don't have workers, then they're going to work somewhere else. They're going to be slaves somewhere else. But you're choosing to become a slave as well. This is not okay. What is this fucking mindset? Get the fuck out of here. Why are you even on this channel if you're such a disappointment? Come on, man. I believe in you. I know this will work. Start going to the gym. Level up your discipline. Fitness is a must because of how hard it is. Then comes the cold showers, the meditations, the yoga, the reading. But reading is very fucking important. If you don't read, don't go whoop grass. I'm about to go to the bank to pick up some money because obviously I am very rich, which is very sarcastic, but I have goals in life because I want to make my parents proud. I want to give back to them, and I really hope you have a similar mindset. So I'll meet you on the top. Best of luck. Peace.